Hey everyone, it's Tanya from Royal City Nursery, and today we are talking about good bugs. And I know that sounds wild. There are bugs out there, and I know a lot of us don't like them, but there are some really good guys that we actually want to bring to our yard. How do we bring them? Well, we want to make sure we've got the right house or the right habitat for the little creatures. So that means planting plants that will attract some pollinators. So things like the coneflowers and the dianthus that are here. And even in front of me, we've got this beautiful planter. This one has got cosmos and zinnias, balsam, got sunflowers that aren't flowering yet, but they're about to come. All of those attract some really good bugs to the garden, and that's really important. So there's two really, really good ones that we want to take a look at. One is a ladybug, and we'll do some close-ups a little bit later. So this one, and I know it's super, super hard to see in there. There really is some ladybugs in there, I promise. And ladybug nymphs, or the young version, looks like little itty bitty mini alligators. Honestly, they do, with red spots. And those actually feast on about 300 aphids a day. So that is fantastic. Ladybug, again, ladybug nymphs. Think of them kind of like teenagers, human teenagers, right? You gotta lock the fridge. In this case, we're not locking the fridge. We want these guys because they're gonna feast on our aphids. The other really good bug that we found this morning in our garden center is something called a lacewing. And lacewings, this one's gonna fly away if I take the lid off. So it's super, super hard to see. A little green guy with really lacy wings, hence the name. Now there are some nymphs and some eggs. So if I can put this down, we'll take a look at this one here. And when you take a look at it, there are some little white specks that look like they're hanging off the leaves of the sedum. Those are the eggs. And lacewing eggs are something you want to encourage because these eggs are going to hatch. And once they hatch, we now have a whole bunch of voracious juveniles that, no different than the ladybugs, eat tons and tons of aphids. We want to attract these into the garden because if they're in the garden, that means they're eating the pests. So then we've got way less work to do and we're not spraying. So again, we want to increase what we're planting for pollinators. Make sure you've got not just food sources, but you've got habitat. So we've got some evergreens in your yard and you've got some stems and some grasses that these guys can winter in. And we've also got a water source too. So to put out a bee bath or even just have a tiny, very, very shallow dish of water, really important for our insects. So hopefully that helps. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.